Hello, everybody. This is Gary. Today is Tuesday, October 29th, 2019. It is 4:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States in Rochester, New York. And this is my Coping with Schizophrenia vlog entry for today. Today I wanted to talk about who are the people that really help the mentally ill, especially those who are homeless, who need food, clothing, shelter, medical care, who's really getting down in the gutter, literally, and getting their hands dirty to help the mentally ill, who's really doing the hard work. Well, I can tell you it's not the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They claim to be an advocacy group for the mentally ill. They were originally formed around relatives who had people in their family who were mentally ill. And so the National Alliance on Mental Illness was originally a grassroots, family-based group to help mentally ill. So what do the mentally ill people who are homeless have to face? Well, they have to face winter when it's cold out and no place to stay, and there's a foot of snow on the ground or 2 feet of snow on the ground. They need shelter, they need food, medical care, and it's not the advocacy groups like the National Alliance on Mental Illness that are offering these things. They speak a good game, but they do nothing. The people who are really helping homeless mentally ill, or even people who are not homeless, but have a hard time getting proper medical care, food, shelter, clothing, that kind of thing. I am somebody who is lucky. I have an apartment. I follow the rules of my lease. I keep everything straightforward. And because I have no desire myself to become homeless, that's why I take my medications. That's why I try to stay as stable as I can be. But that doesn't mean that I don't get help from other people. And those other people happen to be churches, predominantly Christian, but I would also imagine, although I don't have first-hand experience with it, I would also believe that both Jews and Muslims also offer help to the mentally ill, whether they're homeless or they're not homeless but have really difficult lives. And I have gotten on a regular basis free food from one of the local churches. Another Catholic church serves them dinner every night, 5 nights a week. The church down the street from me gives away food on a regular basis on 2 days out of the week, and you're allowed to go once a month. I believe it's a Methodist church or a Presbyterian church. There's another church that offers early morning breakfast 4 nights out of the week, 4 mornings out of the week. And you talk about mentally ill people who are really hit rock bottom, or they're in the situation I'm in. The bottom line is it's religious people who are getting their hands dirty and helping the mentally ill. They're the ones who are going out on the streets, doing the actual work of getting food, clothing, and shelter and medical care to people. A lot of mentally ill people who are homeless don't get proper medical care. And again, there's another church down the street from me that has doctors and nurses come in on a regular volunteer basis to help mentally ill people deal with their physical medical problems as much as they try to help with their mental illnesses. Not all homeless people are mentally ill, obviously. And so these churches go out beyond just helping the mentally ill. They help anyone who's in need and happens to be going through a difficult time. I've gotten food once a month at the local church, groceries. You're only allowed to go to these places once a month, or if they're cooking meals 4 or 5 days out of the week. And this all takes a great deal of hard physical labor, and that's what impresses me. The churches, the mosques, the synagogues that are helping the homeless are the ones really getting down, for lack of a better description, they're getting their hands dirty in the literal gutter and helping people who need it. I have food most of the time, But I have gone to the church to get food and to get meals, hot cooked meals. I've gotten clothing from the churches. Um, I've been offered medical care, but I usually turn it down because I actually have pretty good medical care already. There are a lot of mentally ill people who don't, and the churches down the street help deal with all of this: the homelessness, the mental illness, the medical illness. I know one church that even gives out bicycles to people that are mentally ill so they can get around. Um, Usually when it's not winter, it's not kind of hard to ride your bike when there's 2 feet of snow on the ground. Um, and the same church will often repair bikes as much as they give them out. Um, and one of the churches gives out tents um, to the mentally ill who are homeless because they have no place to stay during the winter. That's part is kind of controversial because people who are homeless with tents tend to set up camps that can become very disorganized, dirty, and filled with garbage and refuse. So the city of Rochester has moved them out, as many cities do, sort of like criminalizing the homeless mentally ill just for being there, there being wherever they set up their tents. They used to set up tents over under one of the expressways here in Rochester. I've seen it all the time, especially during the winter. The police cleared them out, and where they went to after that, I have no idea. But the people who are truly trying to help the mentally ill homeless people and homeless people in general are religious people. Churches, synagogues, mosques, temples, whatever it might be. And I'm grateful for those services existing. I can't always meet my budget, and going to a church to get extra groceries really does help quite a bit. And when they give out meals at the local churches, the breakfast and the dinner, this is not like a soup kitchen where they give you a bowl of chicken soup and a slice of bread. These are fully cooked, very well done meals for breakfast and for dinner at 2 different churches. They go out of their way to make it a big dinner every single night. Well, during the fall, they bring it down to 3, or during the summer, they open it 3 times a week instead of 5. Then after Labor Day, they go back to 5 nights a week. And that's the Catholic Church. And I hate to admit any of this because I'm an atheist, but I have to say that the people who are really truly helping the mentally ill is not the National Alliance on Mental Illness or any other advocacy group that claims to help the mentally ill. They're not the ones cooking meals. They're not the ones giving out clothes. They're not the ones giving out medical care to the mentally ill. They're all talk and no action, and it's religious people who are helping the mentally ill, both homeless and not homeless. Any comments, suggestions, leave them in the comment section. If you have a request for a video that you want me to make, go ahead and put that in the comment section. And subscribe, like, share. And if you have any suggestions, let me know.